My next question is, how does evolution of the spirit happens through the physical body?
He said you're gaining the soul or the spirit is gaining experience through your physical body. So as you're going through life, you're collecting this encyclopedia or this library of knowledge that you're using within your life. So you're learning a language, or maybe you're learning 3 different languages which you're going to be using somehow to make your life better, or to have other experiences as you travel or as you meet different people. But also you take that experience and you go from one life into the next life, and you go from life to life with all that experience. The experience that you collect within your life, it never goes away. It stays with you forever, and it is stored within a layer that is in your aura that moves with you from one life into another, which is the consciousness or the subconsciousness. So if you look at your life, you start your life by receiving these experiences. Then you take these experiences and you start to apply them. So you receive various tools, and those tools you connect them with the experiences, and then you can create something with that. The next stage of evolution will be when you can learn to use those tools to actually start to collect energy and to store that energy. Without energy, as many of you know, you cannot create anything, right? There is always energy, and it can only shift from one state into another state. It cannot be created, it cannot be destroyed, but you can take energy from one part of the universe or from one place, and then you can move it into a different place, and it's created as something different. Just like with electricity, you can use the power of the wind or the power of the water and generate electricity, right? So you didn't have electricity in the beginning, but you transformed the power from a certain object or a certain element, and you created electricity out of it. So it's the same with you. You take an experience, you take a tool, you put them together, okay, and you add electricity, you add energy to it, and then you move that energy into a place that you want it to be. And that is the next stage of your evolution as a human, where you're learning to take the energy from different parts of the universe, which are freely available to you. Not all the energy is freely available to you, right? So for example, if you take a person, their energy is not available to you, but there is energy in the air that might be available to you, or there might be energy in the water, or there might be invisible energy, which is the prana, which is available to everyone. So your next step as an evolution of a human is to learn to take that energy from the cosmos or from the universe, which is freely available to everyone equally, and to direct it. But you cannot direct it unless you learn to collect it. Okay, so you have to first store it and learn to store it and accumulate it. And only when you have enough, you will learn to move it into the direction where you want. And that movement into the direction that you want is called manifestation, which is a little different than creation. Okay, creation is something more on a physical level, where you're creating a painting, or you're creating something, a beautiful dinner, or it's a more of a physical or material aspect. Manifestation is more of an energetic aspect, where you're actually working with energy, subtle energy or prana, and you're able to pull that in and create it into something, right, within your life. So you can manifest, a beautiful life partner, or you can manifest, a new career for yourself, or new opportunities which just come up randomly, you might think, but they're actually being manifested by the amount of energy that you're storing within your subtle bodies, right? So when I talked about you also having the mind, which is emotional, mental, and the energetic aspects, which is the spirit, which is the astral, etheric, and karmic, the amount of energy that you will be able to store within yourself, right, will depend on how clear your vehicle is, or how clear those subtle bodies are. And by clear, I mean they're unblocked, right? So when we talked about, you know, if you have a physical discomfort or physical, sickness or anything that is of concern to you, that is manifested from the disbalance within your energies. So that is the disbalance that we need to fix in order to learn to manifest. And all that is part of the evolution. So that is how a human evolves. And depending on how much you put into the whole process of learning and experiencing and receiving the tools and practicing the tools to accumulate the energy and then practicing the manifestation process, you can move through that evolution either quickly or slowly. Okay, so some people might take, you know, maybe hundreds of lifetimes or numerous lifetimes to go through the same process, and some people might be able to go through all those aspects that I talked about in terms of evolution in one lifetime.
Or two.
Or two.